This video was scripted in Microsoft Word. Continue watching ahead to see how I came up with it. I love making videos, but one thing I really hate is scripting. It is such a pain in the bunghole. Making scripts, to me, feels like writing an essay for a high school English class. But I have successfully created scripts for my last couple of videos, so I thought I would go over how I did it. Maybe this can be helpful to some of you, especially those of you who suffer from writer's block. Okay, so here's how I do it. What I do first is open up Microsoft Word. Now in the past, I used to script my videos with WordPad, but because Microsoft are a bunch of idiots, they removed WordPad through a Windows update, and now I'm forced to use Microsoft Word. So my options are either pay for another money-sucking subscription service, or sign into my Microsoft account and let Microsoft go big brother on me. Luckily, I have found a workaround, and it's pretty simple. What you do is open up a Microsoft Word document, and you will see a pop-up that asks you to enter a product key or to sign in. We are not doing that. What we are going to do instead is open up another Microsoft Word document, and this is the document we want to work on. You will notice this time that there is no pop-up telling me to enter a product key or to sign in. So we can go ahead and close the first Microsoft Word document and start working on our new document. No hassle. Now that we have the inconvenient part out of the way, we can finally get to the good stuff. As a survivor of high school and college English class, I have picked up the habit of changing the font from Calibri to Times New Roman and setting the font size to 12 points. I could also double space and change the margins, but I won't do that because I don't feel like it. Next, what you are going to want to do is decide how long you want your video to be. This will determine how much you type into the Word document. I usually find that 1 or 2 paragraphs gives me 30 seconds worth of commentary, and that 3 or 4 paragraphs gives me about a minute of commentary. When I make my commentaries, I usually aim for 5 to 10 minutes. This is out of personal preference, as I don't have the attention span to watch videos longer than 10 minutes, and also because YouTube won't let small channels like mine upload videos longer than 15 minutes anyway. So let's say I want to upload a 5-minute gaming commentary. If I do the math, I will need to type anywhere between 15 to 20 paragraphs of speech to get a commentary that is around 5 minutes. I will also need to get gameplay footage that matches the length of the commentary. Usually, a quick game of Team Deathmatch or Free-For-All will work. And if I can't get the gameplay to match the length of the commentary, I will either have to chop out parts of the video if it extends beyond the length of the commentary. Or if the gameplay is too short, I'll have to add another game of TDM or Free-For-All on top of it. Alternatively, I could add the blue screen of death if the commentary is longer than the gameplay, like I have done before. When we have the gameplay and commentary length figured out, we then want to decide what the topic of the commentary will be. The topic can either be one or two things. One, it can be about the gameplay itself. Let's say you're playing Call of Duty, for example. You're playing a game of search and destroy or domination, and you want to give a tutorial on how you did so well in the game. You'll talk on and on for 10 minutes or longer, although these modes usually last around 9 minutes. Your topic of the commentary will be about giving tips and tricks to your audience so that they can have their best game of search and destroy, or capture the flag, or whatever else is out there. This is just an example. Or you can make a tutorial on how to do a 360 YY no-scope someone across the map, or how to unlock something cool in the game, or how to complete a side quest. Just talk about things that are relevant to the game you are playing. And then for number 2, you could talk about something totally random. It could be a wild topic that has nothing to do with the game that you're playing. The gameplay is just there in the background for the fun of it. This is where things get spicy because these are the types of videos that get views. These types of videos were popular on YouTube back in the day, and they are seeing a resurgence in recent years. And for good reason. People like the relatability that these videos have to offer. So what kind of topics can you cover? Well, what are men in their mid-20s and early 30s interested in? Things like money and finances, relationships, personal stuffs, story times, advice videos, occasionally political and controversial topics, because those topics are extra spicy and divisive, but mostly spicy. Nostalgia is especially interesting for people in this age group, especially 2000s nostalgia, because that is the era most of us grew up with. And we are dumbfounded by how fast time seems to be passing us by. Oh, and because a lot of things suck now. Things were obviously better in the past. Another interesting topic you can cover is video games, because a lot of us like watching videos of other people playing video games, am I right? You can also do video essays that do not have to include playing a game from start to finish. You can only add clips relevant to the video essay topic. Whatever topic you choose to cover, just make sure your topic appeals to Gen Z and millennial men. If you try to make a gaming commentary and your video topic is something that typically appeals to women, the YouTube algorithm gods will probably enact divine punishment on you. By that I mean they will bury your video in the algorithm and make it so that no one watches your video. And then you will be stuck there wondering, man, why does no one watch my absolute banger of a video? YouTube must really hate me. After you have got your topic down, figure out how you're going to structure your script. One of the things you can do is bullet point your topics and discuss your topic as you hit record in Audacity, or whatever audio program you use. Personally, like many people, I use Audacity. You don't have to type out what you're going to say word for word, although that is what I do. Using a combination of a bullet pointed or paraphrased script along with a stream of consciousness will work for most people. The reason I type out my scripts word for word is that I often forget what I'm going to say next, so it is helpful for me to do it this way. However, there are some commentators that don't use scripts at all for their videos, and they just say what's on the top of their heads. And they can do this for 10 minutes or longer. These people are wizards. I don't know what kind of sorcery they are using that allows them to do this. Maybe they are just naturally good at talking, while I still need to use my training wheels. Anyways, as you are typing out your script, be sure to track your word count. If you have over 1,000 words, you have enough material for a decent length of commentary. This will get you anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes of commentary. Once you have your script completed, it is now time to record your voice as you read your script out loud. Like I said before, my preferred audio program is Audacity. I record my voice paragraph by paragraph rather than the whole way through. And for two reasons. One, it is easier to correct mistakes as I go along. Like if I stumble over my words, for example, or if I forget to read a word or a sentence. It also makes it easier to edit audio clips and remove imperfections. Second, because it would be physically exhausting to read the whole script in one recording. My jaw gets sore, I feel out of breath, and I need to constantly drink water. After you record and edit your audio, it is now time to export it and dump it into your preferred video editing software. For me, that is Windows Movie Maker. It's a pretty easy program for beginners like me to use. There are other programs out there like CapCut, iMovie, DaVinci Resolve, and Final Cut Pro. But I prefer Windows Movie Maker. It's got everything I need and it's not complicated to use. And when all is said and done, you now have your masterpiece of a gaming commentary. And it probably took you a whole day to make, like it usually does me. I hope this video helped you in making your video gaming commentary script.
Game